All right, Shalom Akim. Hey, I'm Zahab, and to my left.
Yashima.
Hey, we want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. We want to give double honor to our apostles, the great millstone, Ruel, and peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. Okay? All right, today we're going to go into basically our culture, man. All right, as opposed to today's Western society, man. Because things were done differently in the ancient world, man. All right? Esau have you thinking that the way he does it now is just the way it is. And that's not true. So the first example we're going to get with an account in the book of Judges, all right, when the firstborn son of Gideon, all right, was given the opportunity to take a kill, all right, basically in battle, man, to kill the enemy in battle, man. But the fact that he was given the opportunity at a certain age shows you things were done differently in the ancient world, man. All right.
This is the book of Judges chapter 8, verse 20. And he said unto Jephthah, his firstborns, up and slay them. But the youth drew not his sword, for he feared, because he was yet a youth.
Now, now you could pretty much put together, ascertain that the boy was probably 12, 13 years old, man, if that. All right, because you look up the word youth, it really goes to the age between infancy and adolescence, man. All right, so the young Jake was probably between 11, 12 years old, man. All right, but the point is, his father told him to slay those two men. He told his son to slay those two men, man. All right, because he was trying to pop your cherry, man. All right, so things were done differently, and if you could get this excerpt about the Civil War right here, all right, going to show you that even in Esau's birth, man, birth of America, Esau was sending so-called teenagers to battle. All right.
All right. This one, Wikipedia or just some Google.
Yeah.
All right. This is off of Google.
Yep.
It said, how old was the youngest person in the Civil War? The average age for the Union Army was around 25 years old. The minimum age to join the army was 18 years old. However, it's thought that many young boys lied about their age, and by the end of the war, there were thousands of soldiers young as 15 years old. The soldiers of the Civil War were often hungry.
Yep, so there were thousands of soldiers that were often 15 years old. I'll get that excerpt right there.
It said most of the Union Army was made up of young white men born in North America. Although soldiers generally range in age from 18 to 45, boys as young as 12 often served as cavalry, soldiers, and drummer boys, and some men in their 50s and 60s enlisted as privates. Most of the Union soldiers were under 30.
So you had men that were drummer boys and just part of the cavalry at 12 years old. All right, but then it said you had men that were serving as privates in their 50s and 60s, man. Showing you there's no new thing under the sun. Now you can get that account. You had some of your spirit.
Yeah, just to speak on how, in the ancient world, all right, a 12-year-old from the ancient world was much more mature, all right, than a 12 or 13-year-old from modern world, man. All right, because you gotta think we have people that's 19 years old, and they was born in the age of Instagram and Facebook and cell phones. This is all they know. You see, they have no real qualities when it comes to being productive as a person, man. Everything they know is vain, man. And they're not maturing because these smartphones really making them dumber, man, because they're dependent on those smartphones. And back then, a 12-year-old boy, he will be learning an actual trade, man. By the time he's 15, 16, he's an expert in the trade. He's almost an expert in the trade, man.
And we live in a power structure now. And it's a power structure because it's not a formal agricultural society. It's not a farm or be a carpenter or a blacksmith. You can be a computer technician. You can be some architect. All right. But like the brother saying, apprenticeship was very important because it was conducive to the society that you were in.
Yep.
Like the Amish, they turn around, I want to say 8th grade, then they go into apprenticeship, man. All right, after you get your basic education, you go into apprenticeship, but you're going to serve your people. You're going to be a carpenter for your people. All right, you're going to be a plumber for your people. You're going to build houses for your people, man. All right?
What do you have something?
Oh, yeah. I want you to get Judges 14 and 10 through 11. Because it also said in that excerpt about the Civil War that you had men as old as the 50s and 60s who were fighting as privates. Meaning you had men that are on the front line in their 50s and 60s, man. Today you retire in your 60s. Okay?
Said Judges 15 and 10.
14:10.
I mean, Judges 14 and 10.
Okay.
All right, this is the book of Judges, chapter 14, verse 10.
I'm sorry, Joshua 14 and 10.
Joshua. Okay.
You know, there was the world was different, the mindset was different in our homeland, Jerusalem, man.
All right, this is the book of Joshua, chapter 14, verse 10. And now, behold, the Lord Yahweh Shemashah hath kept me alive, as he said these 45 years, even since the Lord Yahweh Shemashah spake this word unto Moses, when the children of Israel wandered in the wilderness. And now, lo, I am this day 85 years old.
85 years old. So one score is 20, right? All right, so you got 4 score. That's 20, 40, 60, 80 plus 5. Joshua was 85 years old and doing what?
Verse 11. As yet I am as strong this day as I was in the day that Moses sent me, as my strength was then, even so is my strength now, for war, both to go out and to come in.
So Joshua was able to go to war at the age of 85 years old, man. All right, so that was a blessing, but the time was different, man. It was different in our homeland, Jerusalem. It was different in the ancient world, man. Okay? And from there, we're going to segue to Deuteronomy 22 and 28. And if you had any precepts, you could bring it out. You know? Things were different, man. Things were, for one, you was a man at around 12, 13. You was a man. You were a man when you hit puberty, man. Puberty is your transition to manhood. All right?
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 28. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver.
It didn't say anything about being arrested. All right, now this scripture doesn't tell you to rape women, man. This scripture gives you a protocol just in case you got caught up in that situation, man. All right, what happens afterwards? Okay,
And she shall be his wife, because he have humbled her. He may not put her away all his days.
the Most High is objective, man. The mindset of the ancient world or the East is objective, man. All right, it's all about the bigger picture and maintaining order. All right, so East versus West. Now you have a young damsel. She'll be 14, 15. She'll go through puberty. Now hormones will increase because in the Most High put it in her to reproduce. All right, or to be reproduced by, man. But guess what? We don't have those protocols in the scriptures. Guess what? She just had sex with some stranger.
Yeah, just random sex.
Just random sex.
You know, that law was a protocol. You know, and that was just one of the protocols of rape, because there were 3 different, protocols in it.
Yep.
You know, if the damsel was betrothed, and she didn't cry out, the man and the woman would be put to death. You know, she was betrothed and she did cry out, just the man would be put to death, and nothing will happen to the woman. You know, but then like the last one, which the elder brought out, she was just a young damsel, wasn't betrothed to anyone. Now that man has to take responsibility for her, man. You know, just like if you're in the grocery store, and you knock over a jar of pickles, you had to pay for it, man.
Yep.
So that's all it did was make you be aware of your decision making. You want that deferred, people being impulsive, man. Because right now you can just rape some, hell, get her pregnant, and you never see you anymore,
Yep.
man.
And it's like you don't have to rape them. You just Esau supports carelessness, man.
Yep.
That welfare system it incentivizes carelessness. It created a safety net. All right, we had a safety net as well. It's a lot out here, man. Save petty. But we had our security blanket for our nation as well. These protocols, man. These laws. All right, from there we go to Sirach 42. Okay.
What you want, bro?
That's Sirach 42 and 9 and 10. And we're showing you how there's a difference between the East and the West, or the ancient world and now, man. And the thing with our system, our laws, is functional, man. All right.
All right. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 42, verse 10. It said in her.
You started verse 9.
Verse 9. Okay. This is Sirach 42 and 9. The father the father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth.
Yeah, because this goes right into Deuteronomy 22 and 28, man. The father waketh for the daughter, man, because he's worried about her virginity. Mm-hmm. All right?
And the care for her taketh away sleep.
Yep.
When she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age.
Yep.
And being married, lest she should be hated.
Yep, because she'll be hated if she gave birth in her father's house and she wasn't betrothed to anybody, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
They were actually, he was worried, like soon your daughter would hit puberty, you would try to find a suitable man, a man of understanding, a man that was established, to betroth, your daughter to him, man. Because every day that she's in your house and she's going through that puberty, her body is forming out, she's having the periods now. Like the brother said, she's in heat,
Mm-hmm.
So each day to go by that she's not betrothed, that's a better chance, of her losing her virginity, and now she has no value. Now it's like the father stuck, with their daughter that nobody wants because she has no value anymore because she has laid with men,
Yep.
and that's why you got really, the economy, because it was part of the economy of prostitution, man, because there was women, they were probably laid with, without being betrothed, and now they're unwanted, So now to take care of themselves, they would have to be harlots, man. So the father was like, I gotta get my daughter betrothed, man. He would lose sleep, man.
That'll ruin his name too.
It'll ruin his name, yeah.
Yep.
And it says, verse 10, it said, in her virginity, lest she should be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house, and having an husband, lest she should misbehave herself, and when she is married, lest she should be barren.
Yo, Alicia should be barren, and that was protection. Deuteronomy 22 and 28 was protection against that, man. Just in case you did have sex with his daughter, the force of it and the aggression of it was not the situation. The situation was you defiled this man's daughter. Mm-hmm. So the protocol, man, the security blanket for that father, man, was what? You walk into that store. You bit off that fruit, you have to pay for that fruit.
Yep.
You're not finna bite off the fruit, put it back on the shelf, man.
And just walk out the store.
And just walk out the store and expect that fruit to be sold at the same price. Now that you didn't get a big bite out of it, man.
Yep.
All right.
Going to verse 11. And it says, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock to thy enemies, and a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude.
And we saw that growing up, man. I speak for myself. Growing up in the neighborhood that I grew up in, there were certain households that were ran by conservative fathers, man. Or fathers that basically they ran the household. They might have had daughters or stepdaughters, but the daughters were basically what they call teenagers, man. And they were sneaky, and they were fast, and that's why you have to keep a sure watch. And they wanted to keep a sure watch. But in our homeland, Jerusalem, the thing that separated then and now, the whole society was supported by the scriptures. The whole society reinforced the scriptures, man. So everybody knew the daughter. Everybody knew if the daughter was out of whack, man. And everybody checked her. All right, but in this side, as soon as you leave the house, you're in Babylon. Mm-hmm. As soon as you go to school, you are in Rome. The opposite of the word is enforced in your offspring, man.
Do what thou wilt. Obey your thirst, man.
Yep.
So the father back then was strict on his daughter, man. Because they would be like the elders say, they would bring shame to the name, shame to the household. And now you have a daughter that's unwanted, man. And then had an incident. The coworker was telling me about at work. Now this coworker been working there for some months, and his daughter stayed with him. You know, his mama, her mom stayed in a whole nother state. You know, and her mama, she unfit as hell, man, to be a mother, man. You know, but Jake, you know, Jake be leaving work, you know, picking up from school, taking her to the hospital, whatever she need to do. Jake be bending over backwards for her, man. You know, but recently she ran away. You know, and now she back up there with her mama. She got back up there with her mama because she didn't want to abide by the rules of her father, man. You know, but this society, all right, promotes that, man, where you can't even watch over your daughter like you want to, man.
I'm at the fucking bus station. I'm at the bus station about 5 years ago. All right, and there's like a big advertisement, and it's basically saying support your offspring when they're homosexuals. So it was like a picture of a fag or a dyke next to their smiling parents, man. Like this society reinforces you to support your child in their wickedness, man. All right, but in our homeland, Jerusalem, society will stone your offspring for their wickedness, man. All right,
because she ran away from structure.
Yep.
She wanted to have that liberty, man. But all she gonna do is destroy herself. She gonna make horrible decisions.
She gonna get STDs.
Yep, you gonna make horrible decisions.
Get pregnant.
Yeah, you look at the decision making. All right, of our women, man. How many women, so-called black women, have 3-4 baby daddies and all of them ain't nothing, man? You know, that's off of her decision making, man.
And then most of you so-called black women, you despise leadership from the so-called black man. If a man is structural and got some type of thing about him, your spirit reject that dominance he has, man. Your spirit naturally rejects the dominance and the guidance of an Israelite man. You just naturally rebel against that, man. And like the brother said, but you make horrible decisions, man. And then produce a victim mentality based on the decisions that you've made. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, quick one. This is Psalms 12:8. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted.
Who are the vilest men? Those elites, man. Starting with the Rothschilds, man. Those fake Jews, Amalek, man. All right, the fake Jews even have a ritual, all right, in circumcision. Like the rabbi is to suck like the circumcised penis of the infant, man. Every religion where Esau rules is always cases of pedophilia, man. All right, but it said the wicked walk on every side. Who are the wicked? It's just wicked people. 2/3, Edomites, heathens. People have their way when the vilest men are exalted, man. All right, because they don't enforce rules that they don't follow. Like, why would I enforce rules that I don't even follow?
Right.
Hey, like the way of you, what you looking for, Sirach? What?
10.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Kyle, just about to quote that. That's why I asked. But hey, the way of the society is a reflection of the person that runs that society, man. So you can only imagine who's in the power seat of this society, man.
This is Sirach 10:1. A wise judge would instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
The government of a prudent man is well ordered, man. All right. So so that's why we had elders in Israel, judges in Israel, kings in Israel, but they all implemented the laws of the Most High. There was a government, all right, that was well ordered, man. You have to have a system. You have to have a leader to implement that system, man. A leader that was balanced in justice, all right, and being objective and seeing the bigger picture, man. All right.
Verse 2. It said, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
Yep. So going back to Psalms 12:8, if the king is righteous, he's going to instill those same values and that structure within his society. All right, but if the king is wicked, guess what? That society is going to crumble, because if your house doesn't have pillars, if it doesn't have a foundation, it's going to fall. All right, if you don't have a system of maintenance in your house, it's going to deteriorate.
Yep.
And that's what the law, statutes, and commandments was for. The reason why homosexuals got stoned, look at the HIV rate, man.
Yep.
In Jackson, Mississippi, 4 out of 10 homosexuals have HIV. I think they said by 2050, I think almost all homosexuals will have HIV if we were still here. All right, so there's a consequence for not keeping the laws. So the laws filter out that wickedness, man.
Yep. you know, and Esau is not setting up, all right, society, all right, for the long run.
Yep.
All right, the law, statutes, and commandments preserve, all right, the nation, man, for the long haul, man. It preserved the people as a whole, man. You know, but see, in the modern world pushes being selfish, man. You know, being selfish, man.
Yeah.
You know, being all about you, you know, and what you got going on, man. All right, but your actions, you know, are supposed to be for the good of the nation, man. You know, look at our example, Yahweh Shai. All right, he did what he did for the nation, man. That was part of that culture, man. All right, to help him making that sacrifice, he preserved the whole nation, man. Him being righteous, being worthy enough to be that sacrifice, he did that for the nation, man. You see, but in the modern world, that's not so, man. People only look for themselves, man. Like the nigga Nipsey Hussle, man. He was about himself, man. He didn't give a fuck about no herbs, man. You know, that was just another scheme he had to make some more money, man. All right? He didn't give a damn about no herbs, man.
His name was Nipsey Hussle.
Come on, man.
You know, like Creflo Dollar.
Yeah.
You know? And the point is, and that's satanic. I think you brought that out in the video, man. When yourself is the biggest priority, that's really a form of Satan worship, man.
Come on.
All right? Putting your and the people are like that, man. Israel's like that, man. Really, your family is not even supposed to suffer. Everybody's supposed to put in. All right? You have it where the dad is struggling, or this particular relative got money, but this relative's struggling. That relative's on drugs. You know? Nah, in our homeland, Jerusalem, man, it was all about structure, man. That's why Esau attacked the family structure. That made the nation dependent on Esau, man. All right?
This is Jeremiah chapter 16. Not so like 6.
I'm getting in on this.
Come. All right, this is the book of Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 16. Thus said the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein.
Hey, Dave, the old paths, man, the ways of our forefathers. Nehemiah, all right, Ezra, all right, of course, Jeremiah, all right, Gideon, all right, King David, King Solomon, all right, Moses. The ways of our forefathers, the mindset of our forefathers, man. Generation after generation have having the laws instilled in your offspring, man. And they're passing it down. All right?
Yeah, the old way, man.
The old way.
You know, that's our problem, man. Jake always trying to figure out, man, we do this, we get a bank, we start some businesses, you know, we go back to Africa, you know. But if you ain't got no structure, it don't matter what you do, man. It's gonna collapse, man, because you're not setting yourself up, all right, with no stability, man. Like the elder said, you don't have a foundation, man.
Yeah, you don't have a system that could be implemented generation after generation.
Yeah.
Which that system is simply the law, statutes, and commandments. So y'all are gonna be westernized niggas with a banking system.
Yeah.
But y'all gonna fight.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna go off instinct. Y'all gonna go off ego. Y'all gonna play the power game. All right, y'all gonna over Trump each other. You know.
And it says, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein.
We want to be niggas.
Yeah.
We get this bag.
Yeah. We want Western culture. All right. Jay love adultery. He love fucking hoes. All right. Women that have very low value. All right. The women of this modern world. All right. Wouldn't even stand a day in the ancient world, man.
And you know, you had Jake on spring break going around with the camera asking women, you know, what was he asking them? He was like, hey, how, can you take 4 inches? Is 4 inches big enough? You know, just asking women, just all the women, you know, on the little spring break tour thing. And they were like, hell no, we ain't gonna take 4 inches. That's too little. It's all about the size of the boat. And all he doing is asking, like, he couldn't ask this question to American women 60, 70 years ago.
No.
He would probably be in prison.
Yeah.
Just in 70 fucking years of totally detaching yourself from the ways of the scriptures, all right, nation is ruined, man. Because when the women are whores, that means that the stability and the structure of that nation is devastated, man. Because when you conquer a nation, what do? You take the women that spoil. They booty. So now the American woman, the Israelite woman mainly, she's spoiled, man. She just booty. All right? Hey, but you had any closing statements?
Nah, it was you, bro.
Hey, man, that was just another lesson, another example of the ways of our forefathers compared to now, man. You had men fighting the military at an early age, all right? Well, you know, Gideon's son. You had Joshua fighting at 85. And we also showed examples how a young woman was really a woman after puberty, man, and why it was important to marry her off at an early age, man. All right? But, you know, that's just one example. We have more to come, I will willing. And with that, we want to give our honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, double honor style apostles, great millstone rule well. Peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. Till the next time, Shalom.
Shalom.